Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and pick some cards to see what you can be affirming and what mindset you should be in order for you to get your manifestations. Okay, so I have this card deck that I hand wrote law of assumption based manifestation advice on, and I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle it real quick to see, like I said, what you can be saying or what mindset you can be in, or just what to internalize in order for you to get your manifestations faster and actually keep them. Okay, and in case you're wondering, and this is not my real hair, this is a wig, this is also a fake tattoo. I just felt like doing a little bit of a cosplay. I don't even know who I look like, just a random cosplay, but anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, I really like this first affirmation that we have here. I am unmoved by appearances, therefore appearances move in my favor. This is especially good if you have been feeling triggered by the 3D, if you have been seeing things that you don't want to see, or maybe you're not even seeing any movement at all, even though there's always movement going on behind the scenes. Okay, all you have to do is say, I'm unmoved by 3D appearances or just appearances, and therefore appearances move or shift in my favor. Okay, credit to Neyah, Neyah. She's here on YouTube for coming up with this affirmation. I got this from her channel, and this has helped so much. Okay, this is an instant mood booster. Okay, there have been times where I felt really dejected because I couldn't see any physical movement regarding my manifestation, although spiritual me, higher self me knew that there was movement going on behind the scenes, but I'm a 3D person and I wanted to see movement in the 3D, and I just wasn't seeing that. So I would just a couple of times in my head say, I'm unmoved by appearances, therefore appearances move. Okay, the less attention you give something, okay, the more it goes away. So it's like if you are giving a lot of attention to what you're not seeing, you're giving a lot of attention to what you don't want to see, you're going to be manifesting more of that. Or it's not even so much that you're manifesting more of that, you're raising your awareness, you're raising your consciousness of that thing or towards that thing, which is why you'll see more of it in your reality. Okay, this has to do with the RAS, the reticular activating system in your brain. What you think about the most, even what you complain about, what you give a lot of awareness to, is what ends up showing up more in your reality. Okay, so if you're continuing to say, oh, I'm not seeing movement, or this thing is happening and it's triggering me so much, this, that, you're complaining about certain things, you're gonna be, again, like not even just like manifesting more of that, but seeing more of that in your reality, raising your consciousness to that quote unquote lack mindset, or whatever it is that you are experiencing. Okay, if you keep focusing on lack, you're gonna I'm just gonna say it, manifest more lack. If you focus on abundance, you're gonna manifest and see and experience more abundance. Okay, so it might sound a little bit weird at first, but you literally just have to tell yourself, like, yes, this is working. I am seeing evidence of my manifestations in the 3D, even if you don't see it, because even the biggest lie, when persisted in, becomes the truth. Okay, it does become your reality. I know, because I've tried and tested this so many times, and it felt so weird, even delusional, saying things as if saying things when I didn't actually have them in my 3D. But the whole goal here is to live from the 4D. It's to operate from a higher perspective, from a higher level of consciousness, because in other dimensions, in other realities, you have that thing. The 3D is just one out of infinite realities that are currently going on at the same time. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to share is that the past, present, future are all happening simultaneously. Okay, they're all happening at once. What you see in your reality is just a projection of your consciousness. It's just one snapshot of everything that's happening at once. And again, what's being projected is a reflection of what you think about the most. It is a reflection of your consciousness and what you are raising awareness and consciousness to. Okay, what you are being conscious of. So yeah, again, if you don't like something, you can completely switch it up by focusing on what you do want to see in your reality and saying it as if it's already happened, or as if it's already happening right now. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick a couple more cards. Okay, I really like this method. Okay, I try to refrain from using the word method, but it kind of is a method. I remember when. Okay, so if you're trying to manifest something, like I said, try to say it as if it already happened or it's happening right now. I personally like, both present and past tense affirmations. Although now I've been living more in the present, more in the present moment. I've been reading a lot about the power of the present moment, and things just clicked. And when I say I have this thing right now, I start to see evidence of that thing, or I start to get signs of that thing, and it's just been working for me really well. You can also use future tense affirmations if that works for you. I'm not like a huge fan of future tense affirmations just because I got into this journey saying past and present tense affirmations, and that's just what I prefer. But it is completely up to you. The biggest thing I want you to internalize is that you make the rules, you create the assumptions. Okay, so if you create the assumptions that affirming in future tense works, like, oh, I will get XYZ, I will get that job, I will earn so and so amount, and you create the assumption that that's what works for you, then that is what's going to work for you. I personally came into this journey with the assumption that past and present tense work better, and that's just kind of what I've internalized. So I'm just using what's worked best for me, although I know I can change that at any moment, but it does take a little bit of time, energy, effort to create that new assumption. But it can definitely be done. Okay, just pick whatever works best for you. Tell yourself, like, hey, this is a tool that I'm going to use to get my manifestations. This is the assumption that I'm going to create, and by doing this and this, I am going to manifest my reality. I'm going to manifest what I want to see in my reality. Okay. Yeah, but anyways, going back to this card, I remember when. So I also wrote down here, like, telephone method. Imagine telling your best friend, someone you trust, someone you tell good things to, good news to, that the thing that you're trying to manifest has already manifested. Okay, I even wrote down a script in my phone in my notes section, as if I was sending a message to my best friend that, this one thing that I'm trying to manifest. Actually, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to manifest, but whenever I do try to manifest something, I imagine as if I am like texting my best friend. That we always text on Messenger, on Facebook, and sometimes I like type the message into Messenger, I screenshot it, and then I don't send it. But then, like, I just look at that picture and it starts feeling really real. You can even make it like your wallpaper or something to kind of just help that saturate onto your mind. Yeah, but you can simply just affirm, I remember when I got so and so. I remember when I got my dream job. I remember when I got my SP. I remember when I got married. I remember when things became official between my SP and I. I remember when I traveled to 40 countries. I remember when I got my dream salary. I remember when I spent my first paycheck on my pink Lamborghini. Okay, so yeah, so this is definitely a very, very helpful method. So let's go ahead and pick one more card. Okay, I have like so many cards, and I feel like some of these are just I've given so much advice. Some of these are just going to sound a little bit redundant. Okay, but I really like this. Okay, so I know that I have access to a higher timeline at all times and can tap into it at any given moment. Okay, I know that I have access to a higher timeline at all times and can tap into it at any given moment. The way to tap into this higher timeline is to tap into the higher version of yourself. So if you're ever feeling a little bit lost, or you need some advice, or you need some guidance, okay, the answers are within you. Just channel your higher self, or maybe even channel yourself from the future giving you advice. Okay, sometimes I do this because, again, past, present, future are all happening at once. I feel like different dimensions are literally just states of consciousness. Okay, so if you want to tap into your higher self, channel your higher self, definitely work on your self concept. Sometimes I even like saying I'm the best version of myself. I am in my most abundant timeline, and that way I'm able to in spiritual terms unlock my crown chakra, just access that higher version, access a higher perspective of thinking. Okay, think from a higher level of consciousness. So that's definitely advice that I wanted to pass on as well. Again, all the answers are within you. Technically, you manifested this video. Okay, you had the thought to click on this video. You manifested even the concept of manifestation. Okay, so if you're that powerful that you manifested something that only a very, very small percent of the world knows and properly implements, the fact that you did that is in itself a really big manifestation. Clearly, your subconscious mind wanted better for you, and it brought you here, it brought you on this manifestation journey. So if that in itself, if that's something that you manifested in the first place, imagine what else you can unlock. Okay, but the key is to continue to get to know yourself, continue to get to know your subconscious mind, okay, and continue to unlock these higher dimensions, this new level of consciousness, this higher perspective, by continuing to work on yourself, continuing to work on your self-concept, and not giving up on your goals, dreams, desires. Okay, do not give up on what it is that you want, even if it feels like all is lost, or the 3D showing you the opposite, which, by the way, even opposite movement and no movement is still movement, because there's always movement happening behind the scenes. Even if all of that is happening, you have to trust yourself. Okay, you have to trust in your manifestation abilities. Okay, you have to trust in your capabilities of bringing your manifestation to the 3D. Even if you don't trust in the beginning, you can literally just affirm, I trust myself. I trust in my abilities to bring out my manifestations. I trust my manifestation abilities. I trust that I'm capable of manifesting whatever I want. Okay. You never have to believe anything, but once you say something enough, your subconscious mind does pick up on that. You do end up internalizing it, and it does end up being reflected in your 3D reality. So, yeah. Anyways, I will go ahead and end the video right here. I do want to let you know that I offer manifestation coaching. I also custom make subliminals. I also offer in-depth tarot readings. So if you are interested in any of these services, check out the description box below, where you will find my website, and you can sign up for these services through my website. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Happy manifesting.